Welcome back to Oprah's Open Mic, everybody. Or, like I like to call it, the
Dumb.
The
Dumb.
is not dumb. Oprah's
It
Open
is.
Mic, back on, back on.
But we're here, baby. This is episode 9. Episode 9. So if you haven't watched the other ones, go back, watch them, listen to them. You can watch them on YouTube or you can listen to it on Apple, either way.
But you're here now because today I'm going to interview this woman about sex. It's going down today. Relationships, but I'm in charge today. I'm in charge.
So
today.
the reason we kind of want to talk about this because I kind of have I don't kind of.
Well, we're going to get to that later.
Okay, I have a new thing that I'm trying, and so it might actually help a lot of you guys. A lot of you women going through perimenopause, menopause. Mine isn't just that.
Yeah, and some of it is like, am I in love with my husband anymore? That kind of hurts. So we're going to get into that shortly. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring everybody back to our first meetup, our honeymoon phase, right? Okay. So we meet playing soccer. We've told this story before.
Or strip club, whatever you want to call it.
Or strip club, yeah. It could have been a strip club. Nobody really knows. Everybody forgot that.
Right.
But, so the first time I stayed over your house, all right? First time I stayed over your house, all right, we're in bed, and I'm thinking, score, right? Like, I'm not looking to date her. Right now, I'm just looking for some sweet loving.
How'd that go?
Awful. She wears this giant T-shirt. That it's like the baggiest T-shirt known to man. It's a 2XL T-shirt, and I am swimming for boob, and I cannot find it. And
well, not to mention my boobs when you lay down.
They're going all over the place.
The
She's already had kids, so like they're not in the right place, and I'm trying, and you are not putting out. How long did it take you?
What is it? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I don't know
Some
how.
people would be that's a nympho.
I don't know how she resisted this for that long.
It was pretty easy, actually.
No. You were. Tell me, and tell everybody. All right, what made you sexually attracted to this? Go ahead, fill in the blanks there.
Okay, stud muffin.
Yeah.
You want to toot your own horn? Is what you're trying to do?
That's why this is about. It's not just about them.
You're supposed to be interviewing me, not just
I am interviewing. These are the hard-hitting questions. You got to dig deep.
So here, actually, what we're here to talk about is the lack of sex drive.
She's trying not to answer that. She's trying not to. Don't let her do it. Don't let her do it.
All right. Well, it was those really hot calves that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I got the legs.
Calves.
I got the legs.
But you do have calves now.
Thank you.
But let's get to the point of what we're here for today.
My questions about your sex life with me.
All right, let's go. Let's hit it.
So early in our relationship, probably in everybody's relationship, we had a lot of sex. We had a good sex life. It was pretty frequent. Both of us were ready to rock. But for sure, as we got later on, because we're coming up on 15 years, it's way less sex.
Oh, like twice a year.
Awful. Do you want it more or less than twice a year?
Less.
You want it less than twice a year?
Yeah, my mind says I could go forever and never, ever, ever have sex again. So, and I always say, look, it's not you, buddy. I don't want to have sex with anybody.
I keep asking her, is it me?
It's me? Not him.
Because it feels like me.
I know.
It feels like me. Am I not big enough? Like,
I mean, maybe
do I need to work out a little bit more? Am I not big enough?
No, like literally, I'm sure a lot of you guys can say the same thing. I could go forever and never have sex again. I have, when I say sex.
Baloney, that a lot of people could say the same thing.
I don't know, ladies. I hear it actually, people will DM me because I've talked about this openly before. But I literally have zero sex drive. And so last year it was this spring.
But why? Why don't you think you have sex drive? Why don't?
So I think there's a couple things. One.
By the way, I love it being her fault.
It's not all. It's actually there is. I mean, it is my fault. I mean, it's me. But the main thing, I think, in the back of my mind, it's this fear of getting pregnant. I literally think that that's it. So if I have sex that month, all month, I'm gonna think, oh my God, am I pregnant? And then my periods are kind of wonky anyways because I'm going through perimenopause, and so I'm like.
And we use condoms.
Yes, but there's still, it doesn't matter. In my mind, I'm like, I'm pregnant.
Because you're not on birth control.
No, I've never been on birth control.
And we've always used condoms, except for 9 months in the beginning of our marriage.
Right. And so I have this fear that I'm going to get pregnant because I don't want it so bad that I feel like it makes me want no part of sex. Like literally. So we've been talking about some things to try to.
Like I could get a vasectomy.
Yeah.
I could. And that would help. But it's hard. It's hard for me to like I want it to both of us to try. That was my biggest thing. Honest to God. Like I don't want to just go and do whatever you think. Like just.
Well, and also I couldn't say for sure that yes, if you had a vasectomy,
we had asked that, right?
Yeah. And you asked me that. If I had a vasectomy, would you have sex more? And I'd like to say yes, but I can't say for sure that that's the only
Should I
thing.
have a procedure without 100% guarantee that I'm going to get more from this babe?
But I am doing something now. So in the spring, we did this Every Woman Challenge, and I had this guy, this doctor on.
Dr. Pascal.
Dr. Pascal. She's freaking incredible. And we talked about Sex Drive on there. We talked a lot about this. And she had mentioned this drug called Addy, I think is how you pronounce it.
ADDY.
It's kind of like a female Viagra, but you know how like males take one pill and then they get excited that day? Yeah. It doesn't work that way with women.
We're
it's
awesome.
Like, yeah.
Because we're awesome.
Because it's simple being a man. But it's a buildup. So like you have to be on it for like a month or something. So we talked about a lot on that Every Woman Challenge. And I kind of like, I don't think I want to do that. Well, then I went to a female urologist. A urologist that specializes in female issues to fix my peeing in my pants problem, which I'm doing soon, like in a couple weeks.
That's wild.
Which I'm really excited about. And she said, well, how's your sex life? And I was like, none, zero. And she's like, why? I don't understand. Because, we have a great marriage. He's my best friend. He's hot as hell. Literally, I'm very lucky. He's so good to me.
Did you hear that? It's on camera for all eternity. Hot as hell. You wish. Ladies, you wish. Look at the problems I'm having. I'm bringing all of this.
But it's everything except for I just don't have the drive to have sex.
Okay.
Like, I don't.
There's more to it than possibly being like that scare of pregnancy.
Yeah, I think there is more to it. 100% there is more. I think that's a big part. But during the day, I'm like, okay, I can have sex today. I can have sex today. I can do this. And then it comes time for bedtime, I'm like, nah.
But, what time do you get up?
At 4.
And what time do you go to sleep?
We get in bed at 9, but I'm answering DM
so
until
it's
I
work.
fall asleep. Yes.
So you fall asleep. And so part of it, do you think, when you wake up, do you pretty much go straight to work?
Yes.
And do you work throughout the day?
Yes.
Do you have, on the average, how much, say, unwinding or downtime
0.
away from work do you have?
On average, in a normal day, 0.
Yeah.
So
that's got to be a part of it. Is that you got to find time to unwind and decompress.
I would say that is probably part of it.
Yeah.
Like I need to shut my brain off and turn towards other things. But like we go out for date night and I think, okay, I have sex after this. This is great. We're having a great time. We go out every week, sometimes twice a week.
I never think that's going to happen.
I think that in my mind until I get home and I'm like, oh, I could go to sleep. Okay, sleep wins.
Yeah, because you're tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
So it's nothing against Sean, and it's nothing against our marriage because he literally is my best friend. He treats me like gold. He's not mean to me. There's days.
There's days. But I also bring every week one
my
McDonald's
special treat every week.
Yeah, that's her love language is McDonald's
Egg
McMuffin.
I love them so much.
Dude, my girl's a simple girl.
I don't need much. Give me my $1
acts of
service.
Acts of service and English McMuffins.
Yeah. English. Well, here we go. Let's go back. So I went to this urologist that specializes in female issues, and she was asking about my sex drive. I was like, I really don't have one at all. And she's like, do you want to do anything about it? I was like, nah, I'm good. And then she's like, well, why? Like, you shouldn't be like that. You're still young. Are you happy? And it's like, yeah, everything's great. I just don't have sex drive. She's like, there's something out there. And she named this drug called Addy too, which is the same drug that Dr. Pascal had talked about. And I was like, okay, that's 2 people have talked about it this year to me. Maybe this is a sign that I should try it. So my prescription gets here this week.
How much did they think they told you how much it would cost? It was insurance covering this.
Insurance doesn't cover it.
And how much did they say it would cost per month?
About $100 a month.
$100 a month. And this isn't something like you take right before sex, right?
No, she said it takes like 30 days to build up. And I was like, well, what are all the side effects? She's like, very few people get headaches. Some people get tired. So she suggests you take it at night.
So you have to pay $100 just for the buildup and then continue paying $100 per month.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. I'll have to learn more as it goes on. Actually, I have that Every Woman Challenge starting again with Dr. Pascal, and I'm going to ask her.
So some of these same female issues are going to come up in a challenge inside the Pretty Muscles app, which you should all check out. All right?
Yeah,
this girl is going to teach you how to eat healthy, work out, do it all clean, live a happy lifestyle.
We're going to learn how to have sex.
We're going to learn how to have sex with Dr. Pascal. That's what it's going to be called.
No, you know what? I want that desire to have sex. I want that desire.
Your desire used to be incredibly high.
Yeah.
Incredibly high. I could give you a hug and you'd want to take me down. You were literally having more sex than I wanted.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, I was tired. But like she would want it and I'd be like, I just want to sleep. I was tired too. And then I would give it up. Now I try and sneak over there and I try and cuddle. I'm a touch guy. I'm a cuddle and I get nearly elbowed in the face. Nearly.
Well, I don't like to cuddle when I sleep either.
I'm trying to warm you up. I'm trying to get the juices flowing.
I know.
I want to touch the right spots. Your spots are 0 right spots before I get smacked.
I know, but the thing is, when I don't want
it turns to anger so fast.
It does. Like when I don't want to have sex and you start trying to touch my nipples or something, there's a cringe that comes over me. I literally want to come out of my skin and punch somebody. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not the way to get... You're definitely not getting him. I mean... But the thing is, when we have sex, I can have orgasms, like, quick. Orgasm after orgasm. And it's still... And I'm like, well, why don't I want to have sex if I can have orgasms so fast? I don't know.
I think that you just have orgasms is unique. Let alone, like, they're not, like, rapid fire by any means. But
I mean, they're within minutes, usually. It's not like... I mean, our sex is like 5 minutes.
Thank God.
Not
doing the right things makes things happen quickly because we don't have much time with me. I don't have much time.
He doesn't last long because he gets it twice a year.
I get it twice a year. There's nothing. I got no chance. It's up. We're here. You better hurry up, girl. You better get on your horse.
So I would like to say that some of this is going through perimenopause. When did perimenopause start for me? I don't really know. I know I'm in it, but I'm trying to figure out, like, when was the beginning of this? This has been going on for probably 6 years, I'd say.
At least.
I'd say.
At least. Not perimenopause, like the lack of sex.
The lack of sex. So it was
like the first 5 years were solid. The last 10, I mean... It is significantly.
So I would like to, by our 15-year anniversary, which is in November. I don't remember the date, but it is in November.
What?
It's wait. 26th, 27th.
Nope.
25th?
Not the 26th, not the 25th, not the 27th.
It's the 28th then.
It's the 28th of November.
So by November 28th, my goal is
what are we doing
to want to have sex. Maybe we go on a vacation because I want to have sex.
We're not going on vacation.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to go on vacation.
We're not going anywhere.
But I wanted to talk about this because I feel like so many women can relate and so many women are ashamed of this issue. And that's why I think both doctors have mentioned it so much to me because...
You're not ashamed? I'm ashamed for you.
I'm not ashamed. I have no shame.
And
I'm not embarrassed by it.
I'm embarrassed for you. I'm ashamed for you.
Thank you.
I think you need to get this fixed. I think there's something wrong with you. And I think everybody in your life could benefit from you having more orgasms.
You think? Shaq?
Yes. Hold on a second. Our editor right now is going to put a nice sparkly more orgasms right here.
But no, I think that this is a subject that women are ashamed of. And a lot of women are nicer wives than me and will have sex just to appease their husband, not because they want it.
Okay.
I do see that. And I wish I could be better at that. I tell myself I could do it until it's time. And then I'm like, I really can't. I really can't do this. Sorry.
I mean, you have full days. Very long, very stressful, very unending full days. I mean, we're a small, like, dedicated team. For,
yes.
Like, your app, your clothing line, your podcast. Yeah. We got Levi. We've got Neil. We've got Carrie. And we've got nobody else.
We got Jennifer, too. Our
Jennifer, she's part-time.
Yeah.
Jennifer, if you're listening, you're part-time. Maybe you'd be more part of the family.
Don't be mean to her. She's awesome. No, Jennifer's awesome. She takes care of all our emails and stuff for us. But no, seriously, I want this to be a topic that more women can engage with their friends with, engage with their doctors with, talk to their moms, like, because a lot of people start.
I'm not talking to my mom about this.
Not guys. I'm talking about girls, like women in their 30s. I mean, I started going through it in my 30s. I'm 46. So I started going through it in my 30s. And I talked to my mom, but she didn't go through that. She's like, I wanted it all the time. And I was like, well, what the heck?
Are you depressed?
No.
I have to ask these questions.
Oh, thank you.
It's Oprah's open mic.
It is Oprah's open mic. But I want this subject to just get out there more. I think it's a subject that can benefit somebody. You got some massive callus on your hands.
I know. I'm a working man.
Thanks. Exfoliating my legs for me as you rub on them. That's so sweet. That's not helping me.
You should shave more often. Maybe that's one of the things we're missing.
You mean 3 weeks is too long on my legs?
Your hair blowing in the wind. Maybe
I like it. Remember I tell you, I was like, sometimes it's really cool feeling when your hair starts blowing in the wind.
Yes, you say that every time.
Maybe I'll shave for you one day. Maybe on your lucky day. Maybe on day 30. Yeah. Day 30 of Addie. Here we go, baby.
Yeah,
then.
Day 31. I can't wait. I can't wait.
It'd be a special shave day.
But, hey, listen, if you are willing to do Addie, and that's a significant step. It's a drug. We're learning about it, and we've heard some good things about it, and there's the right quantity and the right doctor and the right usher into this thing. That'd be great. And if you do something, I would look into doing something.
Yeah, because you went or you booked an appointment to go talk to a doctor about possibly having.
But you were having trouble ordering the drug, so I was looking at canceling it.
I know, it was a pain in the butt to order.
It's a pain in the balls to get it done.
That's true. But there is, if I went and got it from the pharmacy, how much did they tell you when you went to go get it?
So when I first went into the pharmacy, and we knew it wasn't covered by insurance, and so I went in there knowing, okay. And they're like, okay, it's going to be $1,200.
I think 400, 1,400.
I don't know. They've got weird pricing pharmacies. There's like this and there's that, and then I don't know, whatever. And but yeah, it was going to be between $1,200 and $1,400. And I'm like, so I call you. I don't think that's worth it. I don't either. I do not think that's worth it for more sex. Like, there's plenty of things we can do before I get more sex, because you obviously don't want it. But so that's a good question. Okay, that's a question. How much money per month are you willing to spend for our sex life?
Well, I mean,
oh snap! Come on, real talk.
So that actually is a good question. I think it's about if our marriage isn't falling apart because of it. Now, what could it be?
Well, I might be dying inside. You don't know that.
But it's not. So if our marriage was falling apart for it, then I think all the money would be worth it to improve. But since we've been able to stay, I mean, we're good, we're happy, it's just one thing. Out of everything in our marriage, I would say that's the worst thing, but it's not like we fight over it. We talk about it. We openly talk about it. So for me, it's not worth it. But if our marriage was in a bad spot, I think it would be worth it. But that's
$1,200 a month.
That's a lot of money.
I'm not sure.
That's a couple car payments if you have a car payment.
Oh, couple? Good Lord. That's $14,400 a year.
Not what we
$14,400 a year. I could literally buy more hookers a year than spend on this drug. I might just go get call girls, and I would spend less money, and I would have more sex, and you would get what you wanted.
You got Rosie Palm. Well, it's free.
It's too many calluses.
Now you got too many calluses.
I'm making that shit bleed. It hurts, man. I can't do it. I can't do it often. I'll do it as best I can, but then I gotta let it stop bleeding.
Well,
I got these working man hands.
Hey, but so then you talk to the pharmacist, and they were able to get it down to.
I don't understand how that even works, but yes,
they were able to get
it's $1,200, and then if anybody's heard of GoodRx, it's an incredible app, and it's literally GoodRx. You download that. You type in your drug in there, and you can find the cheapest cash price, basically, for that drug in your area. And literally, the pharmacy at Walgreens pulled it up and was like, "Hey, I think through GoodRx we can get it to you for $400, something like that." $498. And by the way, we've used that for even pet medicines, GoodRx, and so it's not an ad, but kind of a random thing if you've ever wanted to get cheaper
meds.
Yeah, cheaper sex drugs.
But I still thought, I was like, $498. Let's just
is our happiness, is my happiness.
So we decided, let's just think on it for a minute, whether we want to spend that much money. And then the doctor called it into an online thing, and they gave me an option. If you get it for 3 months, you get it for $100 a month. So that's what we did.
Yeah, that's totally worth it.
And so when you get, if you decide you want to do something like this, I'm not an ad for this. I'm going to try it and see if it works. But don't pay that crazy amount because there is cheaper routes. So talk to your doctor about that. I don't think anybody's
worried about paying that crazy amount.
Do you think people would actually pay that much money?
I don't think so.
I mean, somebody might. But
Lord.
That's a lot of money. I don't know.
No.
I'm not that desperate for sex.
I would just get a new wife.
Nobody's judging.
The marriage is good, everybody. We're fine. Everything's fine.
You're only going to go downhill from here.
I know. You're at like the hottest you've ever been, and you give it up the least. You know how upsetting that is? You know the many times that, by the way, on day 31 of Abby, could you like try and like get me in the mood by not doing your hair like that?
I fixed it just for you, buddy.
No, you did not.
I spent so long. Well, I just walked in from a dog walk. And it was recording time, so I look beautiful just for you. Yeah, well, because I love you.
Listen, when Addie takes effect, I need lingerie, hair done.
You know what? Makeup. Speaking of that, my son, we were talking about sex. This is my younger son. He said that he didn't realize, he told me that it's normal for women to only have sex when their hair is done, they have full face of makeup and lingerie. And I said, in what world do you live in?
Yeah.
I was like, Hayden, whatever that world is that you're having.
In papers for the wrong girls.
I said, I'm just here to tell you that's not going to stay. It's not going to last. He's like, yes, it is. She says she'll always be like this. I was like, no, she won't. No, she won't. So whatever girl you're with is not always going to be like this.
That's why you go after prostitutes and call girls. They're always going to dress up for you.
Oh, my gosh. Do not listen
good advice. This is solid stuff.
Terrible advice.
If anybody's listening, think about it.
So, Sean, in your picture perfect world, how many times a month would be your goal sex?
I think I'm on the low side for men.
You are on the low side.
I love sex, but
you don't need a bunch compared to most men.
Like once a week, plenty.
So I asked my doctor.
But I've gotten hornier as I've gotten older.
Have you really?
Yeah, and you've gotten less so. It's been the worst thing ever.
So I asked the doctor, I said, is this going to make me like a nympho, want to go around and have sex with everybody?
No, I don't need that.
And it makes me nervous. I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah, you're going to find a hot guy in the Saturday bar and be like,
well, Sean, you're really cool. Addie's kicked in, buddy.
One of the side effects of Addie is may cause adultery.
That would be terrible. But I don't want to be like horny all day long. That's my fear with this drug. Is that, can you imagine walking around like training, be like, dang, and like you do a move and all of a sudden you're horny and all the time?
That might be cool. Like you don't want, like even when you do want to have sex, it's not morning sex. Morning sex is fun. It's
at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. That's fine. No. I want you to wake me up at midnight because you rolled over and be like, hey, baby, I'll wake up for that shit.
No.
I would like afternoon sex, random. Like, no.
No, because I've already peed in my pants. I don't want to have sex after I peed in my pants.
15-minute window after you take a shower. All right, after you take a shower and you're in bed, between basically your shower, my shower, and when you fall asleep, or like you're basically on the way out. And if I don't hit that 15 minutes on that one day every 6 months, I lose out. That's unfair. We need some morning sex, some dirty sex, some unclean sex, or shower sex.
You know what? One day when the kids were younger, we were sitting at the dinner table, and our youngest son, I mean, he had to have been middle school age. He goes, Mom, it's Sean's birthday. Doesn't he get a blowjob on his birthday? I was like,
that's a wingman. That's a wingman. Let's go.
Where the heck did you get that from? But that's our kids. And that's kind of in our relationship. We talk about, it's very open in our house. We talk, we discuss sex, we discuss everything. And my kids kind of talk about all of it with us. And I talk about the fact that I don't want it and they think I'm weird. And I am weird, but I don't think I'm weird for my age. But,
maybe.
Hey, you guys put in the comments.
There's nicer wives out there.
I'm sure there's a lot nicer wives out there. I don't know if I can get a much better husband, but there's nicer wives for sure. I mean, there's days that you're an ass too, but for the most part.
Listen, there are days that I am an ass.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear.
Everybody has days. Everybody. I mean,
But it's me fighting back to your assholery, right? Like I feel
I'm
like
just very structured and disciplined. And
if you happen to be like a strong-headed day, and I fold every day, you would start getting pissed at me.
I would. I want someone to argue back with me. People
ridiculous.
think we never argue. We argue
daily.
No, we don't.
Daily.
No, we actually don't argue that much. But when we argue, it's like
it's full throttle sometimes.
It is, and then it's like, oh, what are we having for dinner? It's like a quick argument, and then it's done. It's like it didn't even happen. We just
I go to my office, you go to the gym,
and then it's
take a breather, go back to work,
and then we move on. I think that's one of the strong parts of our marriage. We don't hold on to.
I don't know how that came about.
There's never been like grudges held on to. But, you got any other questions for me about?
Oh, I hold on to grudges. I just don't bring them up. I mean, like, you don't want to put those words out. You know what I mean? Like, if you put the words out in the world, then they're out. You can't take them back. So I take it all and I shove it. I've said this before. I take it all and I shove it deep down inside. All right, and then I hold on to it. And I keep this marriage together by keeping my mouth shut.
That's not true. We actually are super open. We kind of talk about everything.
You force it out of me.
We do. We talk about everything. And when there's something that doesn't feel right, we always talk about it. We talk about sex. We talk about the lack of sex. We talk about the issues. We talk. I mean, I think the key to our relationship is our communication is so strong. I mean, I would say that's the key.
Yeah.
And trust. There's a lot of trust.
I'll take trust over everything. And I always will. Like, I love you. I do. There's some days I don't like you. Every day I trust you. And it's never faltered. I love that. That is the thing for me is that I've never had to worry about trust at all in any way, right? Unfortunately, it hurts sometimes. Like, hey, how do I look in this outfit? That kind of trust.
I was like, were you wearing that out? Don't ask me if you don't want to know.
Tell me the truth that I've never had worries about infidelity. You've got my back, and yeah, I take trust every day.
All right, so you know what? That we're going to wrap this up, but I will keep you guys updated. I'm going to do another podcast in about maybe 2 months.
Right. Our next podcast will be Erin. Next SeX podcast, I guess. You'll be on Addie. We'll be live in our bedroom, right? And we're going to have sex on camera. Our editor Levi is going to feel a little awkward, but we need him there. We need him there, switching cameras, making sure the microphones are nice and close. And we're going to have sex, and then we're going to ask you if you wanted it.
Our editor's like, this is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait for this episode.
Oh my God! Yay!
But hey, you guys are awesome. I will update you on how it goes and the journey of it. If you guys are interested in it, put your comments below. In the comment section, let's talk about it. I mean, that's what the section's for, is to talk about issues that we all struggle with. Real life, baby.
SeX out.
SeX out, baby.
See you.